way, I do want to thank Wolverines. I see him in the chat.
Take it to the house, I'm about to touchdown. G's living lavish.
Come on, God. Come on, God.
Belly's big, but they full. We do it big. I know you.
It's Wolverines Sports Talk. I'm your host, Coach Mike Jones. And today, man, I just got a little bit of beef with the college football rankings, with the system, with the narrative that's going around. And it's going around right now that Georgia is the #1 team in the country and Michigan is #2. And I'm going to tell you right now, Michigan is the #1 team in the nation. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? So before you do that, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, comment on the videos, man. Let me know that you're out there. Let me know that y'all watching, man. But let me get into this real quick, man. Michigan is the #1 team in the country, and it's easy, and it's a landslide, and there's only one reason why. We are 6-0 this year without our head coach, okay? Now, I will say the first 3 games were easy, right? The first 3 games were a walk in the park. They were soft non-conference games. I'm just a high school defensive line coach. I probably could have coached Michigan past the first 3 opponents. But let's dig into these last 3 opponents, okay? And start off. #9, Penn State, and Happy Valley, right? We go to Penn State, and we get the victory without our head coach, Jim Harbaugh, okay? I don't know any other team that's going to get another top 10 victory against a team without their head coach in the country, okay? I don't know none, okay? If you take Georgia's head coach away, they're not winning a top 10 matchup against anybody. They're not beating Alabama, okay, without their head coach. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay? So then we go on the road to Maryland, which is a trap game. Maryland's a tough team. They're not the best, but they play tough. Tulia Tagovailoa is a pretty good quarterback. So we escaped out of there. I thought it was a trap game. I'm like, the game before Ohio State is always a trap game every year because you know everybody's looking forward to that. And then the game, okay? It used to be Florida State, okay, back in the 90s. The game, Michigan versus Ohio State. It was in Ann Arbor. We were without our head coach, Jim Harbaugh, for the 6th game of the season, but the 3rd consecutive game, the 2nd game of which was against a top 10 team. Name another team that will win 2 games against the AP top 10, and mind you, Ohio State was ranked #2. Michigan was ranked #3. So name a team in the nation that will take down a higher ranked team without their head coach. I'll wait. There isn't any. There's not one. But Michigan. So Michigan beats Ohio State. And after the #3 ranked team beats the #2 ranked team, the #3 ranked team is #2. Okay, so let's go at what Georgia did that week, right? Georgia played an unranked Georgia Tech and beat them by 1 score. Okay, so all right, now let's add everything up. Let's go down to these 2 1-score games because each team has 2 1-score games. Okay, so or 3 actually, but our 2 1-score games were against #9 in the country, #9 ranked in the country, and #2 ranked in the country. Okay, let's go and see who Georgia's 2 1-score games were against. Georgia Tech, who's not ranked, and Auburn, who was not ranked at the time. I believe they are now, but they were not ranked at the time. So you're telling me you have 2 1-score games against 2 non-ranked teams. We have 2 1-score games against the #2 team in the country and the #9 team in the country, and we're ranked behind Georgia for what reason? You can't sell me on what they've done the last 2 years because it don't matter. Your ranking is not based upon what you did in 2022 and 2021. It's right now. In 2023, Michigan is the most dominant team in the country. And I can't wait for the college football playoffs to kick off because we're going to prove it to the whole world. Drop a comment in the comment section. If you don't feel like they're the number one team, tell me why. I'll debate with you to the day I die. I'm telling you right now, I will debate with you, man. And if you do think they're the number one team in the country, hey, shouts out to you, man. Love. Well, it's the Wolverine Coach Mike Jones. You know how I do, man. I just feel like I have to get this off my chest, man. Peace.
To the house, I'm about to touchdown. G's living lavish, so our shit is plush style. Belly's